Coming up tonight on PS News.
New cancer treatment for pets.
Egg prices spiking again.
And Earth gets a second moon?
Plus sports, entertainment, and more.
Stay tuned, Plattsburgh. Good evening, Plattsburgh. I'm Alina Landetta.
And I'm Nicholas Alcoby. Welcome to PS News.
Our first story tonight, a new breakthrough in cancer treatment for pets has been made. In Pennsylvania, a high-tech kind of radiation designed for people is also being used for pets with cancer. Stephanie Stahl introduces us to the only dedicated veterinary center providing this treatment.
An 11-year-old Sheltie is visiting from Rochester, New York, getting treatments for a cancerous brain tumor that's caused seizures.
It was a surprise, obviously. She's been so active.
Cleo is Lily Cagle's best friend. She's here in Malvern at the Blue Pearl Vet Hospital at the recommendation of her New York vet.
They said surgery was possible, but based on what it was, it just wasn't the best.
Instead, Cleo is having cyberknife treatments, a pinpointed kind of radiation that's also used on people.
Really, the name of the game in radiation is getting that dose of radiation to the tumor, but sparing all the healthy structures around it.
Siobhan Haney, a radiation oncologist at Blue Pearl, says she treats dogs and cats from all over the country.
This is the only veterinary dedicated cyberknife in the world.
She says before the treatment, the tumor is carefully mapped with an MRI and CT scan.
And so you use this imaging to kind of focus
Correct.
The cyberknife.
That's exactly right.
Before the procedure, the doctor says Cleo gets some anesthesia and feels nothing during the radiation that kills the cancer cells.
There's no knife, no knifing involved. The makers of cyberknife were trying to draw an analogy between the precision of this type of radiation therapy and the precision with which a surgeon would use their scalpel.
Dr. Haney says cyberknife is a good alternative to surgery because it's non-invasive.
It really allows an animal to get back to a good quality of life very quickly. And also with minimal side effects.
Lily says Cleo has been a little tired, but you'd never know. She's had 3 cancer treatments as they're now ready to head home.
For people who don't have pet insurance, cyberknife can cost more than $10,000 depending on the location of the tumor and how many treatments are involved.
Egg prices are spiking. Again. They jumped by more than 28% in August compared to 12 months ago. That's easily the biggest increase out of any food item tracked by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The main cause for rising egg prices is familiar: bird flu. Birds are getting sick, meaning fewer eggs, so less supply, and thus higher prices at the grocery store. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says bird flu has impacted nearly 101 million birds across 48 states since January 2022. That helps explain why total egg production in July fell 2.6% year over year. Even when the recent spike in prices, eggs aren't nearly as expensive as they were in late 2022 and early 2023. That bird flu sent the average price of a dozen grade A large eggs to a record of $4.82.
Earth now has a second moon, at least for a while. A newly discovered asteroid is joining the Earth's orbit. Scientists call it a mini-moon. They estimate it's only about 37 feet in diameter, but more observations are needed. The mini-moon is expected to orbit the Earth starting Sunday, going through November 25th. That's when the space rock will return to a heliocentric orbit, which is an orbit around the Sun. Scientists say the asteroid is more than 2.5 million miles away and is not in any danger of colliding with Earth.
The NTSB has issued an urgent safety warning for some Boeing 737s over a critical flight control that could possibly jam. The issue involves an actuator attached to the rudder on some models that could fail. The actuator can be found on Boeing's embattled 737 MAX line. An incident involving the issue was first reported on a United Airlines flight earlier this year. The pilots of a MAX 8 reported their rubber pedals stuck in the neutral position when they were landing in Newark. The NTSB is recommending that Boeing warn pilots and come up with an alternative situation. The FAA says United Airlines is the only U.S. airline with 737s using the components in question, and that they are no longer being used. The agency also says it is monitoring the situation.
The Israeli strikes in Lebanon have been going on for days now, and they're showing no sign of letting up despite new fears of a wider war in the region. Lebanon's state news agency says the Sunday strikes have killed at least 10 people. Meanwhile, the IDF says that a number of projectiles have been fired from Lebanon into Israel. All this is happening as the U.S. says Israel is moving troops to the border with Lebanon, a possible sign of preparations for a cross-border incursion. Israel says a ground operation is only one of the options it's considering. All right, Plattsburgh, we will be right back with your sports and 5-day forecast.
Stay tuned.
Here, that's Unsworth on the breakaway here, trying to score and scores!
And is seeking their 8th national championship.
I'm here with the Cardinals starting center and one of the stars of the game today.
Yeah, not a good look.
The judges and I have been deliberating.
30s, high of 36.
PS News' Jeff Koff looks at one challenge facing renters.
Film Club is a place where people who like movies and want to discuss movies can watch and discuss with other people with the same interest.
I really love the discussion of Film Club and just getting to talk with all different kinds of people with their favorite genres and everything else in the film world, whether it's big blockbusters or small indies.
We meet in Yoakum 205 at 5 p.m.
Hello Plattsburgh, I'm your sports anchor Grant Hockmuth here to bring you the sports update for this week. This week, the Falcons played the Saints on Tuesday, and Youngkoo gave a game-winning field goal with only seconds left in the game. Youngkoo gave the Falcons the tie with a 58-yard field goal for the play of the day. The goal was made with the Falcons trailing by 1, and the field goal that earned the Falcons the win. Buffalo Bills linebacker Von Miller has been suspended for 4 games without pay for violating the National Football League's personal conduct policy. The league Tuesday announced did not elaborate on the reason for Miller's suspension, but it comes after an alleged domestic dispute in Dallas, Texas last year. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Miller was accused of assaulting his pregnant girlfriend. The alleged victim told police Miller shoved her and put his hands around her neck during an argument. According to the report, the woman had minor abrasions on her neck and bruises on her neck, abdomen, and arms. Miller turned himself in and was later released on bond. The 2-time Super Bowl champion was denied allegations. His girlfriend later walked back her statements and called the incident a, quote, huge misunderstanding. Miller has continued to play for the Bills since the arrest, appearing in all 4 games so far this season. The NFL said he will be eligible to return to the field on October 28th. That's all I have for sports this week, Plattsburgh. We'll be right back with the weather.
Downer is a great option for students just because, one, you get your late night option, it's open, all day during the day. It appeals to so many different students. It appeals to the vegetarians, the vegans, any student that's avoiding gluten. With the Sundowner being right in the ACC, it's a great place for students to come meet their friends between classes, whether they want to get a quick snack, a drink, and just hang out with each other and have a good time. Good atmosphere, good music, good people.
Hey, I'm back. Welcome. I am Jonah Baker-Flora with your weather now. I'm now the weatherman. Alrighty. Let's go overhead to Owl's Head right here, a 69 degrees. We're getting almost dying down here with Vermontville with 71. Dannemora with 68. Osceola Forks 73 degrees. Plattsburgh with 69. As we're going to go through the Vermont regions, we got here is St. Albans City with 72 degrees, and Williston and Burlington 74. Let's head to the 5-day forecast. Alrighty, right here, the 5-day forecast right here. We got Friday at 74 degrees, cloudy. with Saturday with 67 degrees and sunny. As we get died down for the weekend, we got Sunday at 59 degrees and sunny. And the rest of the weeks are going to be raining, get a coat on. It was rain 64. And Tuesday with a 59 degrees. We're getting back to cold this fall. Now we're going to head to the Entertainment Center with Michael Merced. Michael?
Thanks, Jonah. What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Merced, and I'm going to be your entertainment anchor for this week. Let's get started. Days of Our Lives actor Drake Hodgeston died on Saturday. Hodgeston was known for his role as John Black. His family says he was thrown for a curveball with IHS pancreatic cancer diagnosis, but, quote, faced the challenge with incredible strength. Hodgeston made his debut in Days of Our Lives in 1986. He was 70 years old when he passed. Ellen DeGeneres released her final stand-up special on Netflix overnight on Monday, where she talked about, quote, getting kicked out of show business. The former host of the Ellen DeGeneres show says she had to seek therapy after her show went off the air. DeGeneres' staff accused her team of a toxic work environment, with some staffers facing claims of sexual misconduct. Now she says she spends her time raising chickens and not on Botox and filler. Famous for her role as Minerva in the Harry Potter series, Maggie Smith has tragically passed away at the age of 89. Her sons released a statement saying their mother died peacefully in a hospital early Friday with family and friends by her side. Smith's long career ranged from starring opposite of Lauren Oliver in Othello on stage and screen to roles in Harry Potter and Downton Abbey. She made her stage debut in the early 1950s and soon went on to appear on Broadway. Smith won her first Academy Award for Best Actress in 1969 for her portrayal of an unconventional school teacher in the movie The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. More recently, she appeared as witchcraft teacher Minerva McGonagall in the Harry Potter movies and Violet Crawley in Downton Abbey. Smith was 89 years old when she passed.
That's all we have for tonight, Plattsburgh. Make sure to follow us on Plattsburgh State TV.
Good night.